Thomas, big 1-0 win for your team here tonight. What'd you see from the club in snapping that 4-game losing skid?
Yeah, we knew what we had to do tonight, and that was lock it down defensively, and I think the guys did a great job of that, and we know that when that's our goal in mind, we'll come across a goal or two, and tonight was just one, but we still got it done.
Yeah, what'd you see from the club? They were getting their chances. Obviously, Levy Marilyn was real good at the other end. What was the team doing right here tonight that led to the win?
Yeah, I think just relentless pressure. Like we know he's a great goalie. Had the shutout last night, and it was going to take even more to beat him tonight. So I think we did a great job of just continuing to throw pucks in the net, get traffic, hang around there, and eventually found one on the power play there, and shut it down after that.
Third shutout of the month for yourself, fourth of the season. How are you feeling out there? It just seemed like you were settled in from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having fun out there. These are the best games for a guy like me. When you have a goalie battle like that. So it's obviously great to get the shutout for stats wise, but I think just getting wins this late in the season is the most important thing, and that's where all the fun comes from.
Yeah, what's it like being in a goalie battle like that, where you're kind of trading big save for big save?
It's awesome. You could probably ask him, and he'd say the same thing. Obviously you'd want to come out with the win, but those are the best games when you have so much influence and every single save matters. So I think just a lot of fun.
What is it about this building? Picked up your first AHL win here, big shutout here tonight. So you seeing the puck well out there, or what's going on?
Yeah, I was actually reminiscing on that before the game, and I was sitting in the stands. So how that one went, and how cool that first moment was. So I think it seems like I've played. I'm only in my third year here, but it seems like I've played in every building enough times where I have some sort of positive memory associated with each one.
Looking towards Tuesday in a big game to wrap up the road trip, what's it going to take to carry on some of the momentum here and pick up a win against Toronto?
Yeah, I think just a reset. We can't look too far back, and we also can't just look back at this game and assume we're going to come out the same way. So we need to be ready from puck drop and stick to our game plan and have a short memory.